Hey peeps, Pinball16 here on another Memories of the EB Games Expo. I'm a few days late, shut up. But now I can actually talk to you about this. So I'm going to explain how I came across the EB Games Expo properly and just continue from there. So I walked in to the place and it actually wasn't at the front this time. But I went in on the day that Super Smash Bros. 4 on the 3DS had released in Australia, which was October 4. And because of that, the first thing that was on my list was to get that game quick smart before anything else happened. So we spent a long time searching the mega store whilst I stared at all the Pokemon plushies and all the merchandise that just melted inside. And then we finally found the game after hours of searching for the video game aisle instead of all the merchandise, thank you, EB Games. So after that, we bought the game after they replaced the case. Why would they put the case on the wall if we were just going to get another copy anyway? And I got the game. So yes, I have Smash Bros. 4 for 3DS. You're lucky I managed to have enough money for it. So what happened after that? Well, the Nintendo stand had a giant line of people waiting to play a Smash tournament, which was eventually probably going to win them the game if they stayed until 2 PM. Something I wasn't keen on doing at the time because I needed to get a haircut. Hooray! So I didn't have any chances to line up, so I didn't really have much of a lineup throughout this whole thing. So the first game that I picked up was Captain Toad Treasure Tracker, which was the one of the games there that I found completely interesting. And I'm going to admit, that is actually a pretty fun game. I played through the first level on my first run, which is in very similar style to how he played in 3D World. In fact, it's almost untouched. And the game was actually pretty fun. The first puzzle wasn't very hard, as I figured it out quite easily, and it just took me a little bit of time, and I felt quite happy by it. I got the star, which was the treasure, and I managed to complete the level after a while, and I felt that was legitimately fun. The demo only allowed you to play one stage before it just says thanks for playing, and then leads you back to the title screen. It's a demo with more than 3 stages. I only played 3 stages. I'll explain more, but after I played Captain Toad Treasure Tracker for the first time, I had no idea what I wanted to do. There was Smash Bros. 3DS around, but I wanted to wait until I got home to actually play that game. If it was the Friday, I probably would have played it, but since it was the Saturday, I decided not to. And because of that, I searched for more games to play. I played Mario Kart 8, which was there also. I don't understand why it was there. There wasn't even amiibo figures. It was just a game, and the DLC wasn't even on it either, which was actually pretty confusing. So I just decided to play it so that I could get revenge on the previous year's, well, failure in front of many people. In fact, 2 people were watching me play as Yoshi in the N64 Yoshi Valley with the bike that I normally race with. And, well, I just drifted a ton and did all my usual stuff. Because we were racing against the CPU. It was just a random race and I just really wanted to get my revenge. Yay! So, after I got my revenge on Mario Kart 8, I figured there wasn't much else to do. So then I saw, right beside me, the line for Smash Bros. 4 for Wii U, which in fact had barely a line because everyone was hyping for the tournament for the 3DS version. So I waited for the Wii U version because there was a line. It just wasn't as large as the one that was merely meters away from me. And I played with 3 other guys. I picked Pikachu, and also there were actually GameCube adapters to play GameCube controllers. I know this because all 4 of us were given GameCube controllers to play the game with. And in all honesty, it wasn't actually that bad. I didn't win, but they didn't feel clunky to control. In fact, it felt like it worked pretty well. For me being Pikachu, it was pretty alright. I think Pikachu's like my second main aside from Kirby. So, aside from that, I managed to play that once, And then I had practically nothing to do. There was Splatoon, but I didn't want to play that. There was Hyrule Warriors, but again, I'm not a fan of the Zelda franchise. And the only other game that was there, aside from, you know, Bayonetta 2, which I really care about, the only other game aside from Toad's Treasure Tracker and Smash Bros. And Mario Kart 8 was Sonic Boom. And I didn't care about that. I don't care about that at all. Especially after watching it. Sure, the graphics may look nice and all, but it's not the kind of game that I would consider a Sonic game. Just not that kind of game. Especially after what I saw in the E3 trailer. It's not just the graphics and gameplay that got me off-putted, it's the fact that lines get spouted every 2 seconds. It's like a Starman 3 video if you sped up and increase the number of text every 3 seconds and just turned it into actual speaking dialogue. It's annoying, and the lines aren't even salvageable either. They're actually pretty annoying. Like Sonic's rings and then he goes no 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 no. That is ridiculously annoying. In my case. So I watched a bit of Sonic Boom. I didn't play. Because again, I don't care for it. I watched it and I didn't find any interest in it at all. It just did not appeal to me. And this is coming from a Sonic fan, so please understand where I'm coming from. So because of that, I only really wanted to play Toad's Treasure Tracker more because I saw a lot of people were actually finding out how to play more stages, and the stages actually looked pretty interesting. Like, the only stage I saw was the 3rd stage that someone else played. And to be completely honest, Toad's Treasure Tracker didn't really have a line. A few people picked it up, but nobody really lined up for it. It didn't get as much attention as Smash Bros. Did. And especially the fact that the Wii U version didn't get that much of a line either is really saying something about the fact that the 3DS version was released that very day. So I played the 2nd level of Toad's Treasure Tracker after picking it up again. I actually had more courage to pick it up this time than the first time. And it was the minecart level, and I must say, the minecart was fun and all. It's like an on-rails thing. It's one of those on-rails things where you shoot something out, and it's sort of like an on-rails shooter, but different. Because the turnips are your bullets, your ammo, and you have an unlimited amount of ammo. I'm not sure if that will be changed in the final release. Tell me about that when it releases, Americans, in December. But it wasn't that bad. It's just the turnip throwing was a bit delayed. I would press the buttons more times than the turnips would actually be thrown, which was probably the way to bring in the strategy of that instead of just throwing multiple turnips and just getting what you want. But I do think the throwing was a bit delayed. It just didn't feel fluent. I just would throw it, and sometimes the turnip would be thrown 2 seconds later. Well, I understand Toad's that kind of person, that character that doesn't jump. I'm sure we should be able to throw a turnip within a button press. Just saying. It was fun though, and I managed to complete it well enough, even if I missed a few goodies. The next thing, I didn't really have much to do. I wanted to watch other people play the games, but a lot of the staff there mistaked me for actually playing the games. A lot of the problems with the Wii U games, I noticed, a lot of people are still calling the Wii U the Wii. It's ridiculous. People don't know that the Wii U is actually the Wii U. They're just calling it the Wii, forgetting the U in the process. And while I may understand it's a common thing to just say Wii, when we're referring to Wii, we usually refer to the console that died a few years ago. And the Wi-Fi died in May 2014 of this year. So I don't get what their issue is with speaking Wii U, because even the staff said it as well. The Wii version, it was really awkward and off-putting to me. I'm thinking, did you literally just call the Wii U the Wii? I kept thinking that every time someone said it, and it was a lot. I saw some people pick up Captain Toad Treasure Tracker and tried to play the first level, which has a trick in the beginning because it looks like there's a bridge to the final area, but it actually collapses if you try to hop on it, which is part of the joke. But the moment these two that were playing it fell, they just quit the game and walked off. And I'm just staring at them like, what the hell? Are you literally serious? And then I watched some other guy play it, and he played the same first level. He lost a stage, as in he hit an enemy, but managed to complete it, which I was sort of impressed by, but not the fact that it was the first level, I just couldn't take it. But the next, I managed to play the third level, which is a time-based level, because there's this massive lava creature, and there's all these walls all over the place. He's spouting flames, which will be the equivalent of hitting an enemy, and you're supposed to time yourself so you can dodge all these flames and get to the star. And I managed to get hit by one, and there was a very confusing point where the controls just spazzed out for a bit as they were trying to change direction with the camera angle that was happening. It looked like it wanted me to go right, but it actually wanted me to go up. And, well, it was fun, I will admit, but yeah, I just felt like after I walked past a certain point how it even worked. But I guess it was interesting enough that it worked, and I managed to complete that stage. There were other stages too. I think there was an underwater stage or a haunted stage. I'm not really sure what it was. I saw other people playing it, but after I played 3 stages, I just had enough of the expo because there was nothing there. There was only Toad's Treasure Tracker and there was only Smash Bros. 4. Of course there was those other games, Disney and stuff, but I didn't really care about those. Especially the fact that I didn't care for Sonic Boom and most of the other stuff that was there anyway. And in fact, wasn't there a Yoshi game and a Kirby game coming out? They weren't there. They weren't there at all. All the stands were there to have about 4 players playing Splatoon or something, and another person playing Bayonetta, another person playing Hyrule Warriors, 2 Sonic Boom stands, a Mario Kart 8 stand, and 2 Smash Bros. 4 stands. And well, for the Wii U, and then for the 3DS version, 2 tables, one with Mario Kart 7 on it, and one with Smash Bros. 3DS. And, well, you know, the Spyro one, and the Skylanders, really, and the other ones. But that was not a good lineup. We were supposed to stay about 2 hours. I only stayed for about 1 hour because of it. I just didn't have anything that I wanted to play. So because of that, I found the expo this year severely disappointing compared to last year. A lot of people were focusing too much on Smash Bros. And far too little on anything else. In fact, like I said, the Wii U version didn't get anything at all. There was barely a line for it. There were some people legitimately wanting to play it and did get the chance, but there was not really much of a line. It was just some kind of small, non-existent game that people were hyped for, but just not as much as the 3DS tournament that had a massive lineup, which was ridiculous. I sort of thought Pokemon would have probably even got a chance to be there, but apparently the demos for those games don't come out if they're remakes, which is pretty stupid, especially considering there's serial code ones coming out in other countries. So that's my experiences at the EB Games Expo 2014. Thanks for listening, and I hope you have a good day, night, wherever the heck you are. See y'all, have a good day, peace. And I hope the next time the EB Expo is in Sydney, which will probably be years from now, I hope I shall have a better experience. Quick note, before I actually went into the place, and when I was in the place, I saw a lot of people that looked like this one before. Just noting that out. It wasn't actually him, probably. I'm not really sure if he went on the Saturday, but just pointing that out, I actually did see a lot of people like